I guess Attorney Hilton is about to introduce some type of evidence where DK is in an interview with he's in an interview, and the prosecutor in the situation ended up becoming DK's lawyer. So Brian Steele and Attorney Shard, they put motions in to stop this evidence from coming in, right? And the judge got mad, you know what I'm saying? He's tripping like, yo, see, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all supposed to been do this. And Shard, why didn't you, he like, Shard, why didn't you file these motions months ago? You had this in 2022. You could have been filed these motions. Now we got to stop the trial to go through this. He tripping like, y'all about to come in here on the weekend. I'm sick of it. I had enough. Y'all coming in here on the weekend. But then, of course, he got soft on him and said, y'all gonna come in on the weekend unless y'all can take 15 minutes to come to an agreement. Like, bro, now listen, like I told y'all before, Judge Glanville is from Ohio. I'm from Ohio. I support all of Ohio. But Judge Glanville runs this court like a millennial parent. I'm a millennial parent, right? We are soft on our kids. The reason we soft on our kids because we've seen so much abuse. We don't want to do our kids crazy like that. Glanville is soft on these people. They do not listen to him. They do what they want. They turn over evidence whenever they feel like it. They follow the orders if they feel like it. He told them because of this, y'all are about to come here on Saturday. But then he let them go take a little sidebar and figure it out. So it's like, are they coming on Saturday night? Just stand on it. If you want them to come to work on Saturday, if you want them to come to work on Saturday, make them come on Saturday. You said that was going to be their punishment last week. Now this week it come up and now you like, well, y'all go figure it out. Come on, man. Don't be soft on them. If they messing up, man, let's get it. Punish them. Or they not going to respect you up in there, Glanville. Make them respect you up in there. That's your courtroom. They making a mockery of your orders that you give them. You understand what I'm saying? Now, let's go forward. They argued about this. Then they did a little sidebar. They talked for 15 minutes. They came back. They agreed on some of the stuff, but some of the stuff they couldn't agree with. But one thing that they I think came to an agreement on is instead of introducing this evidence with DK, they're going to do it with the police officer, right? So I guess there's more foundation there. There's more, background on this whole thing. So they were able to move forward. Then they come back in on Thursday. And Thursday morning, for an hour and a half, Judge Glanville gives the state and the defense an opportunity to argue more of the same thing. Like I said, the admissibility of police interviews where because DK had pretty much told in a police interview that he was afraid pretty much for his life because when he was getting arrested, or I don't even know if they was arresting him or if they was just taking him down for questioning. But one of the times that the police picked him up, Lil Young Thug's dad, or Big Jeff, saw DK getting picked up by the police. And DK told the police officer, yo, I could get killed pretty much because he saw me get in the car with you. And that can get me killed. That was back in 2016 when he said that, right? So the defense is saying pretty much that should be inadmissible because that wasn't, that's hearsay. Pretty much DK was never threatened by anybody. Nothing ever happened. He made up, he speculated pretty much. That was speculation. And that goes to the character and all this type of stuff. So they like, yo, that should be inadmissible. Or they call it a hypothetical pretty much. So they was arguing. They agreed to remove some stuff from these tapes. All right. So anyway, DK is back on the stand and Miss Hilton is asking him about the mindset. Like, what were y'all thinking when y'all named these things? He like, what does slime mean? He's like, slime is pretty much like my brother or whatever. She's like, well, why didn't y'all name it Young Brother Life? He's like, that don't even sound right. And I agree. Young Brother Life would have been ridiculous. They wouldn't have blown up at all. So YSL is a lot better. Young Slime Life is a lot cooler sounding. He's like, why? She's like, why did y'all use slime though? He's like, we heard it in rap songs. It just sounded very cool. And slime was very popular. Shout out to Lil Wayne, but it came out of New York though. Nori made it cool, and then Jim Jones, and it became blood terminology after a while. Y'all didn't hear that from me though. But she's asking about slime. He's just like, whatever. Then they started to get into the incident with A. Bennett, which we found out now her nickname, what she goes by, is Shay. And we find out that Shay actually used to babysit DK's children, or his oldest child, right? Which I'm like, wow, what a plot twist. DK is actually grew up around Shay. And she actually used to babysit his child because his first baby mom was friends with Shay. I'm like, this is a wild web that we are weaving right now. But so that's what he said. She used to babysit the baby. So he like, yo, they like, so you robbed a girl, like you shoot at her. He's like, I never committed a crime against a woman ever at all. I wouldn't have done that. That didn't happen. I didn't rob her. I didn't shoot at her. I wouldn't have done that. I never hit a woman. I wouldn't do it. It just didn't happen. Right. So he stood on that. Again, that's one of the overt acts that they are not getting the information out of. They asked him, have you ever been over their house? Yeah. He was like, yeah, I was friends. Me and Player, we was friends. So we went over there. I never went over there without Player though. And he's like, that would have been weird because like my baby mama wouldn't have been cool with that. So he you know, that's his baby mom's friend. So of course he wasn't going over there. So then they asked him about the incident from September. Yeah. He did also bring up that nut. Donovan Thomas also grew up in the neighborhood with them. So his baby mom also did know nut, right? DK's baby mom also grew up with nut. So like I said, this is a whole, you know what I'm saying? This is like a civil war in that area because these are two sides that split over whatever is split over, right? Yeah, they all from the Cleveland Ave area, like that area over there. But so then they start asking DK about the infamous incident that happened on September 11, 2013. He pretty much is like, I don't remember any of it because I was in a car accident and I got shot 2 times. All I know is I woke up in the hospital and people told me what happened, but I don't remember anything. And he's like, I was on crazy drugs and I don't remember anything except that I was at Buck's house that day. But other than that, I don't remember nothing that happened. She's like, so you don't remember this? You don't remember that? They're like, I remember when I woke up, people told me I was in the car with Adrian Bean and we supposed to rob somebody, but I don't remember doing that. He's like, you remember being in the car with Big Fred? He's like, no, but when I woke up, people told me I was. She's like, you remember being in the car with Jeffrey Williams? He's like, nah. She's like, did anybody tell you that? He was like, no, nobody ever told me that. So once again, the overt act is dead. Adrian Bean is not in this indictment. Big Fred is not in this indictment. And DK already took his deal. So the September 11th incident is completely dead. Not guilty on that one. That's an easy call. Right. So DK said, I don't remember nothing. I got shot. I got shot in the main artery. I lost a lot of blood. I was messed up. I don't remember anything about that. Now, here's a crazy one, right? Simone Hilton asked DK, has he been caught for every robbery he committed? He got quiet, right? She's like, did you get caught? Pretty much, did you get caught for every robbery you committed? He got quiet. Judge Glanville had to step in to protect this man's rights. Judge Glanville said, don't answer that. Miss Hilton is like, yeah, but whatever. He's like, no, I don't care. Move on. Don't do that. Miss Hilton was about to violate this man's rights. He was about to, come on, he has a Fifth Amendment. Don't ask him to get up on no stand and incriminate himself. Why would you do that, Miss Hilton? Why would you do that? Just because he took a plea deal does not mean you need to violate him every which way, up, down, left, right. You don't have to do that. He took a plea deal. Let's stick to this YSL case. Don't ask that man nothing about no robberies. She like, well, if it's past the statute of limitation, he has immunity. He was like, I don't care. Move on. The judge said, I don't care. Move on. Don't ask that. So I respect Glanville for that one because I don't even understand why you know what I'm saying? Why you even do that to him? That don't have nothing to do with this case.